Hey everyone, this is the Talisman. This is Ryan.
This is Jeremy.
This is Phil.
And you're listening to Tom and Zeus on the Shout It Out
Loudcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down. Yes. Stop pressing the button. Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. My name is Ace Riley. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the kiss times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Okay. Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's wrong. What are you talking about? 617-525-08. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 276, Dress to Kill Tour. Tour time, Tom.
Yes, we love tour time. And Dress to Kill, good stuff right here. Yes.
Yeah, so we're back at it. And last week, we broke down Eric Carr's Unfinished Business.
Well, it doesn't look like he's doing any business. Yeah, and we did a poll as always. So anytime there's an album, we always try to pick 4 songs, the top 4 songs or the 4 songs that we think would make the most interesting poll. And this time it was Eyes of Love, All Hell's Breaking Loose, No One's Messing With You, which became Little Caesar, and Just Like the Elephant Man. All right. God. Oh, yeah, I've been practicing that all week just for this episode. So I had to chime in on this poll because 52% of the poll picked All Hell's Breaking Loose. So, which is proof that people aren't really paying attention to what's going on here. Okay. Because nobody would vote for this if they knew Joey Casada was playing on it or ZO2. Okay.
I know Joey Casada.
It should be Eyes of Love or Elephant Man. So I think people are scrolling through Facebook and be like, I've never heard of Eyes of Love. I never heard of Elephant Man.
Yeah. I did the poll for Instagram. I didn't add those 2 Kiss songs.
Yeah,
I did, Just Can't Wait.
Yep.
Trouble Inside You, I put.
Okay.
So I got All Hell's Breaking Loose and the Little Caesar ripoff out. And mine, Eyes of Love destroyed it, 39% on mine. Right. Just Can't Wait, 23 with the Elephant Man at 23. And then the last at 16% was Trouble Inside You. But let's go to our regular normal poll, Tom.
Yeah, All Hell's Breaking Loose got 52%. Eyes of Love got 27%. Elephant Man at 16%. No One's Messing With You at 5%. So, I mean, Tony from Restraint, Just Can't Wait gets my vote. I knew it. And as soon as I saw this, I'm like, I know what he's going to comment on. I almost instantly thought, man, this sounds like something off of Danger Danger's first record. Then when you said Ted Poley was singing, it made sense. It's one of the catchiest of the bunch. I won't deny that it's catchy. It just sounds a little Costa Vucinas, great job reviewing this album, guys, but some of it sounded like a mashup of the theme music to Joni Loves Chachi and Mr. Cooper's Greatest Sesame Street Holiday Hits. First of all, it's Mr. Hooper. Okay, we're not hanging with Mr. Cooper. That's a different show. Mr. Hooper.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Wasn't that like a TGIF show?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then Scott with 3 T's says, Elephant Man reminds me of a song from Baywatch called Pelican Man. It went something like, everyone is doing the best they can, just like the Pelican Man. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see what else we got for comments on this one here. Yeah, a lot of people had some fun with the Joey Casada stuff. Twisted Kister, the highlight of the episode was Tito Santana. Oh, yeah, because we were talking about Santana.
Fuck Santana.
I agree. Nowhere Fan, enjoyable episode, lads. The album sounds better than I expected it would. Couple of really good tracks on there, though obviously the production is lacking. I totally agree how underused he was in Kiss as a singer and songwriter. Absolutely. And then we got a couple of great memes and GIFs. Metal Mark does the meme of "I am not an animal" from the classic Elephant Man movie. A lot of people had fun with that. And that's what we got for Twitter and the poll right there, Zeus.
On the Book of Face, we've got a bunch of stuff here.
You got any unpopular opinions you want to talk about with Unfinished Business? Or
no, we'll get.
No, we're not going to do that. Okay.
Mark Flores Music writes, okay, so we got Eric Carr with the Elephant Man and Eric Singer's Little People of Tiny Town. What's next? Peter Criss and the Kid from Mass? What's a picture of Rocky Dennis?
Oh, God.
Boy,
oh, boy.
Yeah, Thomas Warhol adds, for the next Loudcast's ARC pick, I'm picking something from Santana. Yeah, I think what you did pick is about as good chance as Santana getting picked. So good luck with that. Then there's another photo of the poor Elephant Man. Daniel Hollywood Houston puts an image up from the Elephant Man movie. Ray Gala says, great episode. I didn't know this album existed, so thanks for sharing. Gene and Paul dropped the ball by not giving Eric more time to shine during this era. Big fan of the song Little Caesar. Eric Carr had so much variety of music to share. Missed opportunity for the band.
Yeah.
Paul Heider put an image of the Bruins and hockey, and yeah, that's still going on, but I'm sure we're going to lose soon. Michael Murphy writes, always love when an artist releases demo recordings like this. For any Kiss dork, this is a must-have. Makes you appreciate Eric even more. Although as a Neil Young fan, every recording of that cover of Down by the River needs to be burned and the ashes launched into the sun. Ugh. Justin Steele, good episode. Love Eric, but have little use for that record. I think him singing Shandy was the most interesting thing on it. After listening, I think we should have a new shirt for Loudcasters. Shout it out, Loudcast. Think before you post, bitch. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Graham
yes.
Ridgely puts a picture of the Elephant Man saying, this is my favorite album. Oh. And then over on YouTube, Patrick 2420. It was nice to hear Tom singing for a change.
Oh.
His voice reminds me of someone I just can't put my finger on. All right. He sounds like the Elephant Man.
I'll take that as a compliment, goddammit.
Pretty Boy Floyd DMS says, guys, understand, I did not come up with my name because of the late 80s girly band. What are you, Arnold? It's a very girly band name. There was a movie in the mid-70s called The Doberman Gang about a guy that trained his dogs on how to rob banks. One of the dogs was named Pretty Boy Floyd after the gangster in the 20s and 30s. By the way, I love the show. Someone got real defensive, like, no, I'm not. My name isn't from that fucking shitty band.
Speaking of Pretty Boy Floyd, go listen to their friggin' Kiss tribute album. Oof.
Oh, Pretty Boy Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, about as fucking terrible as that fucking House of Lords band. Oh.
All those
bad fucking 80s.
All those interchangeable friggin' dumpster bands.
Is that the guy that you always like to correct me because I fuck up his name? With Greg Giuffria?
Oh, Greg Giuffria?
Giuffria? Whatever the fuck.
And then Giuffria, he had his own band. Yeah, he was another.
I'm going to produce your next album. Those in that Jap band I got, you guys are going to sell millions. Yeah, good luck with that. Horrible music. Oh, God. Terrible. Anyway, Marty White. More proof that the crooked man makes all the wrong choices. We don't say he's the crooked man. He's got a crooked face.
I do like Crooked Man. It's a nice horror movie reference, The Crooked Man.
He's like, eyebrows gets arched one way, his nose goes another spot, his jawline is on the other side.
He's like a fucked up Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, it's like melted in a microwave. It's just like his pieces aren't like symmetric. Especially when he poses for photos on his bike rides. Many of Eric's songs are obviously in rough shape, but are a lot better than When Two Hearts Collide. Between the cost of co-writers and studio time, Paul could have written songs with Eric and not split publishing with anyone outside the band. Good call, Marty. Good call, my friend.
Yep, it is
Paul,
true.
over to you, buddy.
Let's go through a couple Instagram things here. It would be great to hear reviews for Bruce's 2 Blackjack albums and the 2 post-Blackjack solo albums that Michael Bolton released that Bruce performed on. I own all 4 on vinyl. I am very proud of you, but that's probably never going to happen. And then he says about this album, Unfinished Business was a must pick up at this year's record store day. Tom, I know you're the vinyl guy. Did you pick up Rockology last year? Yes, I did. And that is from JDAMI 74. Yes, I picked up the Rockology. Yes, it's actually a very good album. Junior Vintage, they should have let Eric sing right out of the gate. Missed opportunity, in my humble opinion. And then we got one email here that we're going to read from our favorite Finnish friend, Jani Aslak Rosanen. Hello from Finland. I just no, this is not Reijo Rutsalainen who's writing into us.
I thought it was Teemu Solani.
Oh, okay. I just listened Tuka. I just listened to the recent episode of Eric Carr's Unfinished Business. Couple things come to mind. The version of Shandy in its weird Italian restaurant band take on the song proves that Paul really tried to make a Springsteen-like ballad. I heard echoes of his song Sandy that came out in 1973 and I Want to Marry You from 1980. Personally, I've always liked Shandy on Unmasked, but this version was clearly scrapped for a reason. It also sounded like Mark St. John was playing acoustic guitar through an amplifier on Midnight Stranger. He played a rather good acoustic since I never cared for his Bumblebee solos on Animalize, which made me doubt his rhythmic capability. He was a good player after all, even though his soloing was a little too much for me. Finally, Eric sounded better with his natural, cleaner voice than with the semi-forced rasp he used to use on stage with Kiss.
Yes.
I agree.
We talked about that.
Yeah, I like his take on Neil Young's epic murder ballad, Down by the River. Thanks for another great episode. All the best. Well, thank you, Yanni. Then we're going to finish up feedback with a Facebook DM from Joey Faraci. I'd like to thank you guys for the podcast. It is so fucking refreshing to what sound like 2 regular guys. Like-minded, like you sound like my friend, shooting the shit and having cool conversations about Kiss, etc. With all the podcasts, YouTube channels, etc., of Kiss fans talking about the minutia of Kiss Hello Kitty dolls or pink pressed vinyl of some Kiss album they already have 10 copies of, not that there's anything wrong with that, you guys are a breath of fresh air in a steamy fog of Kiss tards. That's a fucking t-shirt right there.
Yes, steamy fog of Kiss tards.
That's the fucking buffet at the cruise.
You know what? It's the Paul line. I am the breeze.
Yeah.
And a steamy fog of Kiss tards.
I like your takes and opinions and how you can disagree too, because you know Kiss fans, Paul can lose his voice and he's a great singer, and Gene can fart and do no wrong. Keep it up, Curly. P.S. Have you guys ever had Craig Gass on? Yes, we have, Joey. Catch up on the episodes, brother. The Simmons and Frehley impressions would be awesome sauce. Well, Joey, you are awesome. And we love comments like this. We love that you get the show, you appreciate the show, and you laugh at the show. And you just coined a phrase that we're never going to get sick of with the steamy fog of Kiss tards. Yeah. So, Joey, my friend, you are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
Joey, that's awesome, man. And what else is awesome is our Patreon family, Tom.
That's right.
Yeah, our Patreon family has grown far bigger than, I don't know, all of our expectations. I mean, we're close. We're over 120 now members.
Yep.
And it just constantly grows. So thank you all in the Patreon family that you guys help and support this show. You can come and join the Patreon family. Anybody out there listening, by going to our website, Shout It Out Loudcast, go to the actual landing page, and you'll see an icon for Patreon. Click on that and look at the 4 different tiers we have that you can support us and see which one fits your needs. Every tier has different perks and stuff that come with it, but amongst the perks you guys can get is involvement in the show, the live chats that we do, the video chats, merch that we give out, the stickers or the T-shirt. We also do involvement with the ARC pick, which just got sent out today. And let me tell you, people,
what the fuck?
Yeah, the last time, it shouldn't have been last month, but the last time we sent it out, we got a shit ton of good albums. I don't know what happened this time because it's going to be fucking slim pickings. Hopefully the rest of them come on with some good stuff. So please join Patreon so you can come in and submit a good album for us to review. And so those are some of the things that you can do when you get involved with Patreon. And most of all, you're there to help the show. And we appreciate it. We thank you guys. We love our Patreon family. You guys know how incredible amount of fun that we have being part of the Patreon family, the inside jokes and all the other stuff. Thank you guys for all your support, and we appreciate it. And if you're interested, please join our Patreon family.
Guys, you're the best. We say it every week, and we never get tired of it. Your support for the show gets our eternal gratitude. We love you guys, whether you're brand new to the family or been there since day one. Tons of great perks and tons of things to be part of the family. Please check us out. Click on the Patreon link at our website, shoutoutloudcast.com. Go to patreon.com or download the app and search for us. Tons of fun there. And again, ARC for the month of June is going to be you guys. So you have a voice in what we do that month. So check us out.
So, Tom, what we do next is we go over to Kiss World. Crickets?
This is like literal crickets. Like, this is the first week in a while with his, other than Gene Simmons tagging American Airlines saying that they did a great job.
Yeah, I think they did. There was some event that I've seen pictures now up of Gene Simmons Moneybag Sodas. They did some events recently with our friends. I've seen them on social media.
Yep.
Gene Simmons Moneybag Soda. Gotta admit, man, the fucking soda's great.
Oh, it's incredible. So good. So good. And the guys are great.
And they're all great guys.
Yeah, the guys are awesome too. So it's even better. But Bruce is just not doing too much, posting some videos. Paul took a picture of his wife for Mother's Day. The kiss.
Off the record, they both look like someone took an iron and ironed out their faces.
They both look like they were just woke up from a fucking 3-day bender.
Yeah, no, I think their faces look like they've had some work done recently. Both.
Well, then they need to get their money back because the work doesn't look finished.
I'm saying the wrinkles.
I know what you're saying.
I'm not saying the crookedness has been straightened out.
And then Kiss itself, Kiss's official social media, they're just posting like memories, like, on this day in 1982, or this day in 1998. Like, this is really, there's nothing happening. However, we are recording on Wednesday, May 15th. Okay. And on Friday, May 17th. Okay. People are rumoring that it's going to be if that's a word. People are saying that it's either going to be Friday the 17th or on the actual release date of May 23rd that Kiss will be dropping 45th anniversary Dynasty stuff.
Yeah. So another more vinyl for you. That's it.
Yeah, more picture discs, more T-shirts, and more stuff that gets fucked up when it gets shipped from Boise, Idaho, or whatever. So, yeah. But other than that, nothing.
Yeah, our friends over at Quarantine, we're just going to plug their shit again. So they're got a tour going on in July 5th, 6th, and 7th. So they're in the Midwest, Chesterfield, Michigan on July 5th, Franklin, Ohio, July 6th, and Warrendale, Pennsylvania, July 7th. The concerts are a Diesel Concert Lounge, JD Legends, and Jurgles, respectively. Go catch them. Chris and the gang do a fucking entertaining, fun show. So, and they do VIP meet and greets and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And we all know that they're the biggest of Kiss fans, especially the non-makeup years. So go catch them on tour. Other than that, Tom, that's really it. Let's take a quick little break. I'm going to find out if Ace is going to jump on stage with Quarantine. What's that song called? Tears Are Falling? I don't know it. Do I have to play it?
All right, we're back. Ace, every week, it just seems like every time we take a break, it involves Ace because he just needs a little help. Just needs a little help. He gets confused. He doesn't know where he is sometimes. He doesn't even remember the Dress to Kill tour. We tried to get some input from him during the break. I don't know. It was like, what? It was like 70 years ago, guys. I can't help you.
Yeah, I think Ace is still on the rounds doing his tour. Fucking, like my new album. It's 10,000 volts with Stevie Brown.
No one
great cuts.
Every week, these guys got to give me a jolt of 10,000 volts to get my ass up on stage.
Steve took over after him. I couldn't get the album finished with my best friend, Pepe Castro.
It's been a while since we spent some good times with Ace. We need to get back to that.
And Pepe Castro, too. Don't forget.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
He's a good friend of mine. I hung out, did a solo with him in the Elephant Man the other day. Woo, that guy can really shred.
That poor guy, Johnny Merrick, had a tough shape. I know he was dealt a tough hand.
I went up to him and I said, hey, what's up with your fucking head? An Ace. That's not nice.
Tough hand.
Oh. All right, Tom, it's tour time. So we like to go through tours every once in a while. We've done a bunch of them already. In the past, we've hit everything from makeup tours and non-makeup tours to shitty recent no-name tours that we've done.
Yep.
But these ones are kind of fun, the original kind of early tours, because they're different, because you didn't know what Kiss was going to do next, because they didn't know what they were going to do next. And this is the Dress to Kill tour, which obviously takes its name from the album Dress to Kill. So this is actually, Tom, the fourth tour for Kiss, right?
Yep.
So they had the no-name tour, basically, that started it all, which is considered the club tours. And then they did the Kiss tour for the Kiss album, the Hotter Than Hell tour, which we've already reviewed. And now we're getting into the Dress to Kill tour, which is, I believe, March 19th, 1975. Mm-hmm. And it ends August 28th. It was supposed to end August 30th, but that last show was canceled, 1975. Hence, afterwards, basically the Alive album came out.
Yeah, exactly. This is pretty much known as, I said to Zeus kind of like before we started recording, it's kind of like you have the Love Gun tour and you have the Alive 2 tour. You have the Dress to Kill tour and you have the Alive tour. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Alive tour. And it's kind of the same. The costumes are the same. Kind of everything that they did is kind of the same. It kind of just blended into one, and it was to support those albums.
Yeah, and the tour basically starts on the day the album is released, the third studio album, which we know at this point in time, there was tension within the band with Casablanca Records about getting paid, about who's paying for the tour. And, Bill Aucoin's pulling out his American Express card. There's some stuff going on. And actually, if you watch the movie, the Bill Aucoin movie that came out not too long ago, they get into this part right before Kiss explodes and the drama between hey, you got to fucking pay us or we're going to walk. And, Joyce at the time, Biowitz, is Bill Aucoin's partner, is now Neil Bogart's girlfriend. And so now Aucoin buys her out. There's a lot of shit going on. The album just dropped, and this is where Neil Bogart jumps in and kicks out the two previous producers that were on the album before that. And Kenny Kerner and Richie Wise, they're gone. And now all of a sudden he's doing the production on this. So there's a lot kind of riding on this album. And as the legend goes, and basically Neil Bogart challenges them to come up with a anthem.
Yep.
And,
yeah, and
the rest
and
is history, right?
Yeah, and Neil. I mean, if not that we're going to get into a history of Neil, but Neil was like a pop guy, a bubblegum pop guy, and he even said, he's like, what the market needs now is upbeat, happy records that can make people forget their troubles. So you compare the sound of Dress to Kill, just the whole energy of Dress to Kill with Harder Than Hell. It's definitely a snappy, poppy record, and of course, it's got the Rock and Roll All Night anthem on it. So. Yeah, there was a lot going on at this time. I mean, the Harder Than Hell tour stopped, I guess you'd say, abruptly, because they wanted to finish and work on Dress to Kill, get it done. I mean, you know these stories. If you're listening to us, you guys know the Kiss history here. Yeah. These guys just
you
never.
Don't like this? Here's another.
Exactly.
You don't like this? Here's another.
They never stopped touring and they never stopped recording. It was constant. And we've said it before. Or at least I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I've always absolutely worshipped the Love Gun Alive 2 era. And I will be honest, not until probably we started doing this show did I really, really start to just absolutely love, not more than Love Gun, but I love this era of the band. The early, gritty, just ballsy rock band. I love this image of the band. And we talked about the Harder Than Hell tour. And I'm pumped to talk about the Dress to Kill tour as well.
Yeah, and what we do here, guys, we usually just run through some dates, talk about it and stuff that kind of sticks out. We mentioned and discussed. So we like going through and as much as everybody has him as Public Enemy #1, Kurt Coach's book with Jeff Zeus, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, The Kiss Alive Forever, Complete Touring History, is the best of all these books by far. It's not even close.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah. And then we also, sometimes we'll rely on Julian Gill's Kiss tour books. And the problem with those are, I'm going to be honest, is they're just too much writing. It's just like looking after information. It's just difficult to find it exciting. It's just like reading an encyclopedia without pictures.
Yeah. I mean, and it's great, but for the purposes of the show here, Kurt is just a lot more concise, I'll say.
Fun to read and fun to look at.
Yeah, it's fun to read and it's a little bit more user friendly for our purposes.
All right, so we basically start March 19th on the day that the album comes out, right?
Yeah, and one thing about this, so I will say about this Dress to Kill tour, this thankfully is a very, very heavily bootlegged era of stuff here. There's actually, if you're a vinyl guy like me, you know that there is a series of deluxe box sets that have manufactured overseas that blow away anything Kiss did originally, although Creatures and Destroyer are good. And there actually is a Dress to Kill tour box set. It's called The Demons of Rock and Roll. And it's heavily put together with all kinds of paraphernalia, gadgets, books, etc. And this first show, March 19th, 1975 from Northampton, Pennsylvania, is on it. And a lot of this stuff from the tour, I'll just kind of throw my 2 cents in, but it's a very accessible, readily available era of the band.
Yeah, I mean, the show is just kind of like a warm-up act because it's like it's like 560 people could fit in there.
Yep.
And so they jumped on to do that. Oh, one thing we almost forgot, Tom.
Go ahead.
Let's talk a little bit about the stage.
Yeah. So the stage here, it's way before they got crazy. Peter's got a little drum riser. There's really nothing really new and different about what they've done, in the past with Harder Than Hell. I mean, it's a little bit more, it looks a little cleaner. It looks a little like they have a little bit more room to move around when you see some of the pictures and videos.
Because again, I think at this point, some of the concerts, they're headliners and not openers.
Correct.
At this point. And that's
right.
The difference.
That's right. Yep.
But set wise, they basically have the sign behind them, the Kiss sign.
Yep.
They'll have the big Marshall stack behind them. Peter's back there. Nothing really crazy. They haven't come out to anything really that separates it, partially because of the size, but from the Harder Than Hell stuff. And the pyros and everything are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the costumes now.
Yeah, so this is when they slowly start to evolve. You got the transition from Ace wearing like that cardboard cutout triangle thing over his shoulders. Now he's got the silver circles around his shoulders. He's got a little bit different boots, kind of a little bit more it's a better outfit, kind of a foreshadowing of what you're going to see for these really deluxe costume. Gene.
Yeah. No,
Gene
the Ace thing, the Ace thing reminds me of, ever see that meme goes around with Ralph Furley?
Yeah. Ace Furley. Yeah.
Yeah. Ace Furley.
Yep.
It's that costume that he's wearing.
Yep. Gene really, to me, I mean, I'm a Gene guy, and I've always said this before. I love skinny Gene in this era.
Yes.
His costume really kind of took a leap. The early stuff, he kind of had like those leather, like horns kind of thing. Now he's got some spikes. The cod piece is different. The boots are a little bit different. You could see that it's really taken shape. Same thing with Paul. Paul now has stars all over his jumpsuit, in his like that tank top, whatever one piece thing that he wears. It's just getting a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more of a flair.
Gene has the bat wings too going.
Correct.
I'm not sure I don't remember if he had it in Hotter Than Hell. And then Peter is more, again, they're starting to kind of change and strip down a little, but Peter is like, the original Kiss looks like friggin', like S&M costumes, really.
Exactly.
More than anything.
Totally. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you look at them and the outfits they're wearing of the time, you're like, what nightclub they come out of? Yep. But I like the costumes because I like the stripped down version of Kiss sometimes versus the over the top Dynasty Super Kiss stuff.
Yep.
When you see this, they still look badass.
Yeah. You can even see right here. Gene he started to get real with the studs. Had the skull and crossbone. He had knee-high boots that were way more studded than before. And Paul just really starts to become the star child with this costume here.
Yeah, the stars on him. Peter starts, the chest is opening up on Peter and stuff. Ace has got those fucking rings of satin on his shoulders, whatever you want to call them. Gene has got the opening on the side of the pants.
Yep.
I want to see Gene Simmons' thighs.
Yeah. It's a big step up from the early stuff, Harder Than Hell stuff. You can see the evolution.
But Peter's pants start closing. If you look at Hotter Than Hell, he's got the fucking like S&M. He's got the side fucking thighs open too.
Yep.
And the earlier Peter stuff, they started wearing long pants that are actually cover his old legs.
Right.
So anyways, let's get to back to the show. So they open March 19th, 2 small little shows, like a warm up. And then they get into March 21st. They're off in New York, the Beacon Theater. Yep. And this is the set list that they start with. Now, generally speaking, they played about 14 songs, but throughout the tour, as they always do, they're adding songs. As they always used to do, they're adding songs and moving songs in and out. So they start with the set list here for March 21st, which is listed. Deuce, Strutter, Got to Choose, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, She, A Solo, Nothing to Lose, Parasite, Gene Solo, 100,000 Years, Peter Solo, Black Diamond, Come On and Love Me, Let Me Go Rock and Roll. Nothing here is different than on Alive, except songs that haven't made it yet. But all these songs end up on Alive.
Yeah, what you notice here is Rock and Roll Night isn't even added to the set list until 2 months later into May. They don't even throw that in there. They don't even throw that in there, which is kind of shocking.
On April 1st, they're at Burbank, California, NBC Studios, and they filmed the Midnight Special. Yep. We all know that. We've seen it. It's fantastic. It's an early Kiss concert. How can you not like that?
Yep.
And they're still now leaving kind of the New York area and plan on going basically to the Midwest from here.
So one interesting little tidbit about that Midnight Special thing, it kind of reminded me of that story you hear about when the Doors were on Ed Sullivan and they were told not to say girl couldn't get much higher. On the Midnight Special, the network told them that they couldn't stick their tongues out or touch each other during their choreographed dance moves, which I thought was kind of interesting for 1975 TV. They thought they were a little too risque. So that's kind of some interesting tidbits that you get from that too.
Yeah, and it's fun because you looking at some of these bands that they played with, like for instance, skipping back March 28th, 1975, the headline act was ZZ Top. I was just going to say, and then previous to that, you got opening acts like Rush, Thin Lizzy, Rush opened up a lot, and hence the friendship.
This was the tour where the friendship began, where Kiss kind of, I don't want to say took them under their wing, but this is when Rush was opening a lot. You even have some performances by Journey opening up for Kiss. We'll kind of mention that a little bit later on.
Yeah, that's when they were like really like a jam band.
Yeah, and they were kind of proggy, jammy at that time. They weren't poppy yet, but
yeah, because what's his name just left, Santana, that shitbag.
God, here we go.
April 13th, 1975. I find this interesting. The headline act was Golden Earring.
Yeah, imagine that. Yep.
Doon, 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 doon. And I'm feeling in the twilight zone. Places in my house, feel I'm being cloned. That's a great fucking song.
That is a great song.
Anyways, yeah, and you see Rush is basically all over this fucking stuff, so it's fantastic.
Yep. April 15th, 1975, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Kiss logo had to be positioned at the right side of the stage for this. If you've seen a couple of videos and pictures in the past, if you're you're into all that stuff, you could see there's some shows where they couldn't mount the sign behind them or above them. They had to kind of put it to the side of them, or the way that the stage was set up, they just didn't have the space for it.
Yeah, and so now they're starting to kind of add some songs and take out some songs. So May 3rd, 1975, in Upper Darby, that's Philly, I think, area, Pennsylvania. The opening acts was Ted Nugent.
Yep.
Attendance was 1,899, capacity 3,000. The partial set list all of a sudden now adds room service to that.
Hell yes.
How fucking cool is that?
Yep. And this is another heavily bootlegged performance as well. This Upper Darby, the Tower Theater from Philly. This is a heavily bootleg one. I think I have this on a box set and a individual vinyl as well. This is one that's readily available too.
Yeah. And then coming up in May 6th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, again, Rush opening. They have Rock Bottom and Room Service was performed. And I think that they says it's the only time that both Rock Bottom and Room Service were performed live during the same show. How cool is that?
Unbelievable. And that, first of all, it's ridiculous. It was the only time that happened. But yeah. So May 9th, they're playing in Ohio. And the opening acts were the James Gang and Rush. Rush was supposed to open. It says right here, Rush had intended to open, but were replaced by another band. The show includes the first noted performance of Rock and Roll All Nite.
Nice.
Yes.
So that's great. So the James Gang, so Ace met basically Joe Walsh.
Yeah,
what was that like? Yes, you're pretty good on the guitar. I think I'm fucking excellent on the guitar. I don't know about you. You want to get fucked up and break some shit in a hotel room? Sounds like a great plan. Let me go get my best friend, Pico Briss. He's pretty good, too, at breaking shit. That sounds like a game plan. Fucking avoid Don Henley at all costs. He doesn't know what fun is.
And then they come to our hometown of Boston on May 11th, 1975 in the Orpheum Theater.
Yeah!
And they just recently released a new bootleg of this called The Boston Stranglers. That's the title of it. So this is actually kind of cool. The set list: Do Strutter, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, She, Come On and Love Me, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond, Rock and Roll All Night. And Journey, again, is opening up for them here in Boston at that time.
And they've always had history. So when we would see Kiss in Worcester, Mass, which is like the Midwestern part of the state, they would always tell the stories how Boston fucking gave them a hard time about their shit, about pyros and stuff. And Worcester always opened them up. So it says, due to a strict city ordinance, Kiss's pyro was scaled back drastically. Because of these regulations, Kiss did not perform a full-scale concert within the Boston city limits again until 1996. The reunion tour.
Can you imagine? That's fucking insane that the reunion tour was the first time they got to do a complete blowout. Now, another interesting thing about this show right here, it was the band's last show before they started performing with the new Alive Costumes stage show and set. Now, technically, is it new? Yes. But the differences are not that noticeable. But this is when they started to implement some of those new things that you would see for a live.
Yeah, and that's the difference. And again, they're not big, but to the normal average Kiss tar, they pick up on this shit.
Yep. So before we move to the next tour date, okay, you have the famous Alive photo and video session at the Michigan Palace in Detroit from May 14th and 15th. They spent 2 days at this palace, the arena, trying on their new outfits, some of their new stage show, and they did the legendary Alive photo shoot. If you've seen it, Finn Costello took the pictures. They did those promotional videos for Come On and Love Me and Rock and Roll All Night. You've seen those in Extreme Close-Up, I believe, and some of the Kissologies. And just some of that iconic imagery is just absolutely spectacular. Paul, one big difference with these newer costumes, he's got a little bit of a feather boa kind of thing going on. Gene and Ace look pretty similar, as does Peter. But they do have, the pyro and the Marshall stacks. So it is kind of cool. But I mean, everybody should know this photo shoot. It's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah. And so now you're getting into the following day, May 16th in Cobo Arena. And that was the first of the 5 concerts that they recorded live for.
That's right. Yep. Amazing.
And they actually had live footage of the show projected onto a screen above the stage. I'm not sure how many people were doing that shit back then.
I agree. Another fun fact for you video game nerds, isolated tracks from the song Parasite from this show were used in the video game Rock Band.
Ooh.
That's right. They got to bring Guitar Hero back. God damn it. I love that game. Anyways.
And May 17th, when they're in Pennsylvania, I think Cambria County War Memorial Arena, that's where the Cream writer Jan Olszynski, whatever the fuck her name was.
Yep.
So that's when she got on stage. And that article she did, I dreamed I was on stage with Kiss in my maiden form bra, got on stage wearing makeup of all different members and the 5th member of Kiss, and performed the majority of Rock and Roll All Night with the band. And that's kind of legendary in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this tour going forward now, you got Rush as the opening act.
Yeah,
along with the Tubes on one.
Then you got a cool show, May 29th, 1975, the Space Center. Oh, jeez, I was so excited. They said I was playing at the Space Center at Sahara in Vegas. So you got Rush opening. Kiss played 2 shows, one at 8 p.m. and another at 2 a.m.
What the fuck?
And Jefferson Starship was originally on the bill, but they canceled. Yeah, they were probably like, fuck that. They played 2 shows. Yep. And this is actually when Gene accidentally burned his hair during the concert that they were doing at 2 a.m. in the morning. Then we moved to May 31st, 1975, Long Beach Arena in Long Beach, California. Couple little notations here. Ace Frehley was apparently let down by the rest of the group's performance. Apparently, Paul would sound good, then bad. Peter was pounding the drums hard, but not always. Gene put out a good show, although he could have paid more attention to his guitar. Yeah, interesting. I don't know.
And then J.R. Smalling says that he came up with this famous intro. That was mine. I'm proud to say so. At the time, I was changing up the intro a little bit each night, trying to find the right one for the band. One day, I was sitting at a hotel somewhere, watched TV, and this famous commercial for Toyota came on. You asked for it. You got it. Toyota. I thought that was catchy, so I modified it a little and used it. And that's where the intro came from. That's
Love
cool,
it.
huh?
Love it. Because the previous intro on some of the shows was, are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Then put your 2 lips together and kiss.
We're ready in Cleveland.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that was that's when J.R. Smalling came up with that pretty kick-ass shit. That's awesome. And then June 1st, they go back to the Winterland Ballroom. This is obviously not the legendary show that they talk about that was on the Harder Than Hell tour. This is obviously Dress to Kill. Yeah, you had Rush and you had the Tubes opening up for them. The attendance was less than 50% of capacity. So yeah, probably not great. It says the show was presumably also filmed by the venue's in-house video system, but they were lost in a fire. We talked about this a little bit during Winterland because Winterland did have an in-house video system. And unfortunately, that story is that there was a big fire in 1985 and everything was kind of destroyed, which kind of sucks. But we still have the Winterland one from Harder Than Hell tour.
June 7th, 1975, it was Rush's last time as the opening act on this tour.
Mm-hmm.
And J.R. Smalling talked about the fact that that's when they had the shaving cream pies and they were fucking hitting each other with them and stuff. So, I mean, obviously these guys really cared for each other and had a blast. And that's why there's that affection of Rush and Kiss.
Yeah.
And too bad the music isn't the same, though.
How dare you? How dare you? Then on June 13th, they go to the Tulsa Fairgrounds in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, less than 50% capacity. I mean, God bless these guys. The reported gross for that show was $12,000.
Nice.
I mean, yikes. I mean, talk about any other bands back then would have just fucking given up. So, I mean, not to sound like a real Kiss tar that we are, but I mean, the fact that they just didn't friggin' hang it up. I mean, incredible.
June 21st, 1975, Cleveland, Ohio Music Hall. It's another show that was recorded for the Alive album.
Yep.
And it was not the last one for the actual album itself, but that's what they used. That was one of the concerts they used.
Yeah, another kind of interesting factoid to this one. It said prior to the show, Gene gave an interview and he detailed the band's plans to record a live album. But he said there would be a side of fresh new studio material, which is interesting because they eventually did that for Alive 2. So I wonder if that idea just got squashed and they held on to it for Alive 2. So that's kind of an interesting little tidbit there that Gene had said that in an interview. Neil Sean of Journey opened up for them. Again, this isn't the Steve Perry Journey. They were great guys. Gene Simmons really fucked my head up when I saw him blowing fire for the first time.
Yeah,
I can imagine that.
I love those stories. July 5th, 1975, Tampa, Florida, Florida State Fairgrounds. It looks like it was like a big set, a big bunch of artists. ZZ Top, Johnny Winter, Marshall Tucker Band, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, War, Pure Prairie League. I think that was fucking Vince Gill's thing, I think.
What the fuck was Kiss doing with all these Southern bands?
I know. Tell me about it.
Jesus.
Kiss went on at 1 to 2 p.m. J.R. Smalling remarks, obviously Kiss stuck out like a sore thumb. And the rest, because most of his acts are country or Southern rock. Yeah, you think so? Imagine that. And then here comes Kiss.
Yeah, I mean, you go from the Marshall Tucker Band to fucking Kiss. Like, what?
I don't reckon I understand what these boys are here trying to do.
Then on July 20th, 1975, Davenport, Iowa, at the RKO Orpheum Theater. Again, Journey opens up for them. Both of these shows were recorded for the Alive album. During Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Gene yelled, "Come on, Quad City." Yeah, this ended up appearing on the record and the only direct reference to a city on the entire album. Very cool.
Yeah, and then the next show, July 23rd, 1975, was the fifth and final show recorded for Alive.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Good set list.
Nice. Absolutely.
Yep. Excellent.
Now they circle back to our neck of the woods. They're Rhode Island, New York, and then back at the Orpheum, headlining act, Black Sabbath.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And the reported audience, 2,900 people to see Black Sabbath and Kiss.
I remember always reading stuff where Black Sabbath, as Ozzy would say, like, fucking Kiss was blowing us off the stage. We didn't want to go on after them at that time.
Yeah.
And that's Black Sabbath, right?
Uh-huh. Yep. That's right.
August 17, 1975, in Illinois. I like this factoid. Gene loaned a bass to Craig Moore of Smokehouse, who never returned it. That's fucking great. You owe me a bass. If he sees him now, I don't know if this guy's alive in it.
Hey, you.
Compound the interest. I'll take your house. Thank you.
Oh, God.
And then they're kind of wrapping up the rest of the tour. And, you know, they end up back at Indianapolis, August 28, 1975. Sold out, 13,000 capacity, 13,000. Headlining act was Uriah Heep.
Oof.
Yeah, and then August 30th, 1975 was supposed to be the last date. Laurel, Washington, D.C. It says it was the temporary hold on the date, so they never performed that. Yep. So that is basically the Dress to Kill tour. Tom, final thoughts?
I absolutely just love this era. And it's funny because again, people have asked this question before, about kind of like what we've learned about ourselves as Kiss fans since we've been doing this podcast and stuff. I was so obsessed with everything post Alive, the Alive 2 era moving forward. That, I liked the early stuff, but I just absolutely can't get enough of the videos and the photos and the audio of this stuff. I'm a big vinyl nerd. Okay. Almost the majority of all my bootlegs is either the Love Gun tour or this early 74, 75 stuff. I just think it sounds awesome. The band is on fire and they look amazing. And it's just raw and powerful. And it's kind of before all the commercial shit took over that, of course, we still love too. But I just love this. As good as the Harder Than Hell tour was, this Dress to Kill / Alive tour, whatever you want to call it, spectacular.
Yeah, for me, I look at this as the end of the black and white era. Like
perfectly said.
Up to Alive is Kiss black and white. And you get Street Kiss, Hungry Kiss,
Punk Kiss,
Raw.
Badass Kiss.
Yeah. And then post Alive, you get into the colorized version.
Comic book
now
Kiss.
All of a sudden, now you're starting to get bigger than life, a completely different, like even musically completely different.
Yeah. Totally.
And just different whole style. And this was the last of that era. Poor, hungry, ambitious Kiss rather than, now fucking we're on top of the world. This is still like we need to make it Kiss. And I love that fact.
Agreed.
So this is a great fucking tour.
I was just going to say that.
So what we normally do, Tom, after this, we go and we rank a few items. We rank the costumes, we rank the stage.
Yep.
And then we do the set list and then overall the rank of the tour.
Okay.
So first thing is costume rank.
Yep.
We've done Hotter Than Hell tour, Spirit of 76 tour, Lick It Up tour, Hot in the Shade tour, World Domination tour, Hottest Show on Earth tour, and Freedom to Rock tour. So Tom, how did you rank the tours for costumes?
So for the tour costumes, so in last place is Lick It Up because there really weren't costumes. Hot in the Shade next, World Domination, Hottest Show on Earth, Freedom to Rock, Hotter Than Hell, and the number one is Spirit of 76 / Destroyer. I love these costumes. It's tough for me because I love the Destroyer outfits, especially Gene. This is when they really take off and become larger than life comic book heroes, like we said. So Ace and Peter still look a little like they're wearing pajamas at this point, although it is kind of cool. So I'm going to put this one second. I love it, but Spirit of 76 just has a little bit more balls for me. So I'm going to put it second.
Okay.
Yep.
Tom, I have Lick It Up as 7, Hot in the Shade, then World Domination tour, Freedom to Rock, Hottest Show on Earth tour. 2 is Hotter Than Hell and Spirit of 76 for me. I'm going to go with the same as you. I'm putting this at number 2. I like this better than Hotter Than Hell. Hotter Than Hell has a lot more S&M kind of look to it.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. Yeah. It's a lot rawer. It's a lot rawer.
Yeah. Yeah. With the exception of Ace's stupid rings, I think this one is just a little bit better than Hotter Than Hell. Less S&M.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
All right. So the next one we're going to do is stage rank. Okay. Want to tell us about those stages we've ranked so far?
Yep.
Yours?
So for me, I got World Domination last, 7. Hottest Show on Earth, Freedom to Rock, Hotter Than Hell, Lick It Up, Spirit of 76, and I got Hot in the Shade number 1. This is tough because it's not, it's a little bit more than Hotter Than Hell, but not much. So because of that, I think this tour is kind of just going to be competing with Hotter Than Hell for me. And I'm sure for you too. For me, Hot in the Shade is almost going to be untouchable with the exception of one or two tours. Spirit of 76 is good, but some of the stuff we never really saw to come to fruition with all the effects. Lick It Up, it's cool because it's the first non-makeup. It's kind of whatever. I'm going to put this fourth. I'm going to put it just above Harder Than Hell, just because it is kind of like stripped down. It's still energetic, powerful, raw, punky, aggressive, mean Kiss. So I'm going to put it at 4.
Okay. So for me, Tom, I have from the bottom up, World Domination, Hottest Show on Earth, Hotter Than Hell, Freedom the Rock, Lick It Up, Hot in the Shade, Spirit of 76 is number 1.
Yep.
I am doing the same as you, but I am putting this above Hotter Than Hell, that is, but I'm putting this at number 5.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so Dress to Kill goes to 5. Next is the set list.
Okay.
Now, before we rank the set list, we're going to go with the theory that there were how many songs? 14?
Typical set list was about 14 songs if you do like a general like average of the entire tour. Yeah.
Okay. So, Tom, if you had 14 songs going by the original set list that we had here, Deuce, Strutter, Got to Choose, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, She, Ace Solo, Nothing to Lose, Parasite, Gene Solo, 100,000 Years, Peter Solo, Black Diamond, Come On and Love Me, Let Me Go Rock and Roll. The songs you can add to that list are Room Service, Rock and Roll Night, Rock Bottom, Two Timer, Cold Gin, Let Me Know, Strange Ways, Watching You. What would you take out? What and replace the original set list with those songs that we just mentioned?
Okay, I'm taking out Got to Choose and I'm throwing in Rock Bottom. Okay. I'm taking out 100,000 Years and I'm throwing in Room Service because I love Dress to Kill. Taking out Let Me Go Rock and Roll and I'm throwing in Two Timer because I love Dress to Kill. All right, so I have to have Rock and Roll All Night in the set list. So this is going to be tough for me. I love the live version of it, but all these other songs I can't get rid of, so I'm going to have to get rid of Harder Than Hell. And Rock and Roll All Night's going to go in its place. I love the live version of it, but I can't get rid of Deuce or Strutter or Firehouse or She or Nothing to Lose. Gotcha. I can't do that. So, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Tom, for me, I'm going to take out right off the bat Strutter. Bye-bye. And I'm going to put
dare you?
Room Service. Got to Choose, Got to Leave.
Exactly.
And I'm going to put in, I'm not in the order of the sound, but Rock and Roll
right.
Night.
Yep.
Then I will take out, I know people are not going to believe this, Parasite. And put in Two Timer.
Two Timer.
I'm going to take out 100,000 Years.
Yes.
Sorry, Peter. And I'm going to put in Let Me Know.
Oh, you love that one. Yep.
I got to have Watching You, so I don't know what the fuck I'm going to take else.
I know it was tough. The only reason I didn't do that is because I'm trying to just, I don't know what to take out.
Although it's kind of it'd be kind of cheating. I could take out Ace's Solo.
That's cheating. That is the definition of cheating. But it's our show. We make the rules, so fuck them.
No, I think I'm going to have to. Holy fuck, is this difficult?
It is hard because you're talking about like 3 great albums.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take out because the live version isn't as good as the thing version, the studio. I'm going to take out Come On and Love Me, and I'm going to put Watching You.
God, you're killing me here. Wow.
I love Hotter Than Hell's live version.
I do too. I love that too.
And then the She Solo breakdown at the end.
I agree.
Firehouse has got My Sirens. I got to have Deuce.
Yep.
Yeah, Nothing to Lose, Peter. I mean, Black Diamond. And yeah, I'll go with that. And I love the I love the original Kiss Let Me Go Rock and Roll when they fucking jam. I think it rocks. So
it's pretty good live.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, Tom, let's go to the set list.
Yep.
What do you have and how do you have them ranked?
Okay, so I got World Domination last, then Hotter Than Hell, then Freedom to Rock, Hottest Show on Earth, Lick It Up, Spirit of 76, and Hot in the Shade. The problem with these early tours is the obvious fact that they only have 3 albums to pick from. Like Hotter Than Hell only had 2 albums to pick from. So as great as this is, you know, I'm kind of not breaking any ground here, but you want more variety. So I love this set list, but it's only 3 albums. So it's going to get a little bit of a nudge over the Hotter Than Hell set list, which was really only 2 albums. So I'm going to now put this one at number 6.
Ooh. Wow.
I love the set list, but I can't pick it over something that has stuff from Love Gun and Destroyer and Asylum or whatever. You know, I can't. It's just those first 3 albums. So that's where it's going to suffer.
All right. For me, I have World Domination, Freedom to Rock, basically the last 20 years of Kiss, Hottest Show on Earth, fucking stupid shit. All that 3 fucking is the end of the road set list. I'm all set with that. Hot in the Shade is 4, Lick It Up is 3, Hotter Than Hell 2, Spirit of 76 is 1. I'm putting this at number 2.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. I don't need Lick It Up, I Love It Loud, God Gave Rock and Roll to You. I would rather have, I mean, did you see how hard that was to fucking come up with 14, 15 songs?
It's a good point.
It's fucking insane. I kicked out Come On and Love Me.
I know. No, so, it's a good point.
Although I love Spirit of 76 because now I have Detroit Rock City and God of Thunder and stuff. The thing that bugs me is then now Beth has to make it. Now fucking Shout It Out Loud has to get in there. Sometimes Flaming You, like, I don't need those songs. Those are waste. But Dress to Kill, that set list, if you're going 15 songs, now mind you, we could cheat and go, 21 songs. And Dress to Kill will be number 1. But going at 15 songs, there's not a fucking dud in there.
I agree. You're right. And I guess we're looking at it from different angles. I'm looking at it as general variety. You're looking at it as I don't need to hear those songs anymore. So I want to hear like Parasite. I want to hear whatever, or Watching You or Two Timer, which we don't hear. I get it.
Yeah, I just think that the selection, if you're like what we were doing, trying to figure out what song, we can't do it because there's so many great songs. It's fucking impossible to kick out something and put something else in.
The selection is inviting, just like Gene says.
I mean, you're not, there's not a choice of anything for my baby going in or, you know, the weaker tracks just didn't get played.
Right.
So you're not fucking replacing someone. Well, all right, Love Theme is in.
Yep.
You know, and stuff like that. You got only the best songs. So anyway, now we're going overall tour rank.
Okay. So for me, I got World Domination at 7, then Hottest Show on Earth, Freedom to Rock, Lick It Up, Hotter Than Hell, Hot in the Shade, Spirit of 76. This is the Alive tour here. Dress to Kill / Alive. This is when they recorded all the stuff that's for Alive. It's legendary. It's iconic. Maybe by the name, it's not. When you say Dress to Kill tour, like, I like that album. But when you dig into it, what we just did, and you realize what this tour was and what it became, it's going number 1.
Wow. Really?
Yep. It's just too fucking big of a deal in history for it to be anywhere other than number 1. I mean, these fucking tours were used for Alive.
Yeah. Yep. Got a point.
Yep.
All right, Tom, for me, 7, World Domination, then Freedom the Rock, Hottest Show on Earth, Hot in the Shade, then Lick It Up, Hotter Than Hell, and Spirit of 76. I'm putting this tour at number 2. Spirit of 76 has my favorite costumes.
Yeah.
It's the era of like, you know, holy shit, this band has fucking gone to places it's never gone before.
Yep.
Dress to Kill, that tour is the best tour and the best thing to cover of Black and White Kiss.
Totally. Yeah.
Right? It sums it up. Set list wise, all that stuff. And, you know, we haven't gotten to the Alive tour, which I'm sure there's going to be some small variation, but basically Dress to Kill is the best of that. Yeah. So, Yeah, that's number 2 for me, number 1 for you.
Nice.
That's fucking Dress to Kill tour, people.
Love it. Love it.
All right, Tom. What we do next, we go to question of the week. You got something?
Yeah, we got one. This comes from Keith off of Facebook, which you can also send your questions that way. We'll get to that a little bit later. He's got a simple question. I know my answer. Kind of interested to see what yours is. He says, you guys agree and disagree on a lot of stuff. You guys have a lot in common, but you also have strong opinions about what you differ on. What do you think is the single biggest thing that you disagree on with Kiss?
Oh,
where we're completely on opposite ends of the spectrum. To me, it's well, I shouldn't say it's easy. I say it's easy because this pops into my head first, but I don't know. There might be a bunch of other things too.
I would say the Unmasked Elder. Different. I think I like the Elder as much as you like Unmasked, and I don't like Unmasked as much as you don't like the Elder. I think those two.
I'll even simplify it even more. I will just say Unmasked. I love that album. You can't fucking stand it to the point where I
can't. Again, it's still Kiss.
You know what I mean. I know.
Yeah.
But I think it's either Unmasked, the album, or it's the song Psycho Circus.
No, because I don't even hate that as much as I hate other songs like Shandy, Tomorrow, Easy as It Seems,
which are all on Unmasked, which are all on
horrendous
Unmasked.
pop bullshit stuff.
Exactly. So you're making my point. There you go. So I would say Unmasked, generally,
and
speaking.
Also that probably a song like Stand, which I fucking love.
Oh, and I can't. And I think it's one of the all-time worst.
That's probably one that's there.
That's a big, that's a big difference.
I would say that is, song wise, I think that's our big difference.
Yeah.
And then you like some fucking shit songs like,
of course I do.
I pledge allegiance to the, like, you don't just like it, you love that
Well,
song.
you don't like the title of the song. It's a fucking great song.
Again, it's not a bad song, but it's just so stupid. Just stupid.
Pursuit of rock and roll. I don't know,
like Chuck Berry. Fucking ace.
That's a great question, Keith. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe that'll be a fucking episode down the road. Who knows? Appreciate that, buddy. Though we always love talking about what we disagree on.
I think we need to do another one of those newlywed games.
Oh,
what is Zeus's least favorite? What song would you say that Zeus hates the most that Tom loves?
Yeah, that's a good. We haven't done a game in a while. There you go. All right. Okay.
Maybe something like that. All right. So, Tom, where can people find us?
Always start with our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's you can find all of our episodes, the Shout Out Loudcast episodes, Dorm Damage, Album Review Crew, Zeppelin Chronicles. You can find links to all of our social media, links to Patreon, links to our Amazon shopping page, and our Shout It Out Loudcast merch. You can also comment directly on episodes on our website, which are great. And you can also check out our links for all of the amazing guests that we've been lucky enough to have on this show. Click on them, read about them, see some cool candid photos of us recording our episodes with them. The website has tons of stuff on there. And if you want to be part of our question of the week segment or our end of the year mailbag segment, you can do that through the website as well. We receive it in the form of an email, or we always strongly urge people to just send us an email to shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. We read every single email that you guys send us. Of course, we can't read every single one during the show because we don't want feedback to be 7 hours long. So
and
please
we
do
hate
that.
all you people.
And we hate everybody anyways. So yeah, that's true. So please do that. And of course, follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all that stuff. We're very, very active. Please do that. And of course, we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
Yeah, you can always DM us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, motherfucker. Check out our Spotify playlist, and you do that by clicking on the logo and look under our profile, and you'll be able to see Tom's put some good effort into that. So please give that a look, and hopefully you'll enjoy checking out all the playlists we've got put together here, which a playlist like this, right?
Yep.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That helps us out tremendously. And give us one of those 5-star child reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can give podcast reviews. They're a big help. And I got one I can read to you now.
All right. Let's hear it.
All right. UK fan nostalgia and hilarity. And it's from Yukamashu. Only came across Shout Out Loudcast a few weeks ago. I am 58 and a Kiss fan from age 13. Has been fantastic to go through the albums, the background context, remember those tender teenage years. But most of all, Tom and Zeus are hilarious. I listen when walking to work and often laugh out loud. Perfect mixture of brilliant rock music examination, being able to laugh at the absurdity in ourselves as fans. The pop culture infills are brilliant, and again, have me stifling laughing in public. Thanks, both. Love it. Well, Yukamashu, you are the best. We appreciate. Please get involved in our show. You can catch us on all our social media places. And speaking of social media, Tom, we almost forgot to get into it. We'll save the best for last. What's become, unfortunately, too much of a problem, like what I find interesting is that we'll bitch on our social media stuff about the stupidity that sometimes goes on our group pages or Twitter or anything like that. And then those people sometimes don't get it because they don't listen. And then we'll be on this show and we'll talk about the stupidity on our social media. And then there are other people like, I don't get it. I don't do Facebook. I don't do social media. I'm not on Twitter. So there's a big divide between the people that just listen to the show and the people that listen to the show and follow us on social media. So
the people who just follow us on social media because we're
just are on our page. Yeah. Right. And so what ends up happening is, I mean, somebody had put a fantastic post on our group page on Facebook, the Elephant Man fighting Rocky.
Yeah. Oh, great. Loved it.
And so this caused the people that listen to the show get it. Fucking hilarious. It's an inside joke. We have fun with it and we loved it. Okay. However, I could swear there's like 7 or 8 people like, I don't get it. What's this about? What's this have to do with Kiss? And now they're saying this because there's a lot of people that post stuff on our social media posts that have nothing to do with not just Kiss, but our show.
Right.
Our social media, one is our Shout Out Loudcast Facebook page. That's on Shout It Out Loudcast page. Our group is basically the podcast. So it could be a dorm damage episode that we're talking about, a pop culture reference that's always mentioned, Seinfeld stuff, Jerky Boy stuff, hot chicks that we talk about on the show. Then the people that don't listen to the show always show themselves by, I don't get it. What does this have to do with anything?
Yep.
And so we had a guy that was posting, he's been posting stuff for a while.
And a lot of it's gotten denied and blocked.
And so some we put through and then others we don't. So he'll put in stuff, unpopular opinion, Unmasked is a brilliant album, or unpopular opinion, Ace Frehley can't sing. And then he'll be like, discuss. Oh, unpopular opinion time. So we and Tom look at this stuff like, look, there's like over 12,000 people in our group page. People it's got to be something that we find entertaining. And it also can't be self-promotion. We're not here so you can enjoy our 12,000 listeners and have open mic night to them every time you have a fucking project. So it's not a reoccurring theme like, what's the comment of the week? Oh, it's fucking Johnny Shitballs, fucking unpopular opinion time. Who the fuck put you as an admin? When did you join our podcast? That now it's unpopular opinion time by Johnny Coolballs, and he gets to post this stupid shit. So we block it. Well, I'm not putting up stupid fucking shit so you can get reactions and get fucking people to talk and Ace unpopular opinion. Dude, it's not an unpopular opinion. We all shit on Ace's singing. And discuss. Like he's throwing fucking breadcrumbs to pigeons. Okay, little fucking minions, go out and do your duty. Fuck off. Fuck off. So I declined it. And then he sees that Elephant Man post. I don't understand. I get censored. And this gets posted. Yeah, you're damn right. As you said, Tom, to him, this is our fucking page. We'll put whatever the fuck we want on. And there's not a freedom of speech here, asshole. I'm tired of this shit.
No, there's no freedom of speech. And another thing too, it's getting now to be like a literal fucking zero tolerance policy. So some fucking asshole decided to like give me shit because I cussed, quote unquote, in my post. He goes, did you really have to cuss? I thought we're adults here. SMH. So I responded. I go, fuck yeah, I had to cuss. Well, fuck yourself. This is my page. He goes,
kiss fucking page.
So then he responded, try being an adult, douche. Guess where that guy is? He ain't in the fucking group anymore.
Just
go fuck yourself. And I will tell you right now, there are moments in my life as a host of Shout It Out Loudcast where I have never been prouder in my life of what the Loudcasters did when that guy started bitching about having his posts censored. Everybody, it was like Loudcasters swarm. It was fucking awesome. Everyone's like, dude, why don't you go get your own page? Why don't you open up an unpopular
How many times
opinion?
have I said that, Tom? How many times have I said it?
Open up your unpopular opinion Facebook page and get interaction.
Yeah. But you're not going to have open mic night.
Nope.
And you're not part of the fucking team here. And we're not having a reoccurring theme with you fucking doing it on our group.
And not to mention, you've admitted and acknowledged that you don't even listen to the show.
Yeah.
Now, we're not under any false pretenses that all 12,000 people listen to the show, but you're acknowledging
we get
that you
more.
don't listen to it at all. Yeah,
we get more.
Of course we do, but we don't. But we know
from the group page on social media, no.
Right? But you're sitting there saying, oh, "I don't get that Elephant Man thing. Why are you denying me?" Well, you just ratted yourself out, you dumbass.
Yeah. And so, again, this is the part which Tom and I are constantly discussing. Like, maybe the feedback stuff, maybe we're doing it wrong. Maybe we change it up. Maybe we scrap fucking, rewarm. But then I'll see a post by one of our fucking favorite people. And I'm like, no, why am I punishing that shit? I love when fucking somebody says something hilarious or makes an interesting point. Why can't I reward it? Because of dumbasses? That's so right. We're just going to fucking start kicking shit out. And we used to laugh, and I'm going to name drop. We used to laugh at Brandville being an asshole on his fucking, on three sides. Like, we hope we're not like that. He gets abrasive with everybody, no matter what, just on opinions. I don't care about your opinion. I just care about how you interact.
Correct.
If you fucking start bossing shit or acting like a tough guy or thinking it's open mic night here for you and your fucking opinions all the time, fuck off.
Dude, when you say it's unpopular opinion time again, this isn't fucking Johnny Carson with a segment dedicated to you each week.
Man on the street time.
Yeah, guess what? It's unpopular opinion time. Well, guess what? Go start your own fucking Facebook group and do it there. Because we're not like you said, this isn't the high school talent show where you can have like 10 minutes of fame each week with your fucking post that no one cares about.
Yeah. Podcasting, I'll be honest with you, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we started this. Tom and I needed a nice little release. We like KISS. We want to do a podcast our way. And we have built this fantastic fucking group of people now. We call them Loudcasters, but
yeah.
And you guys are like family to us. Yes. And we love you guys. Love it. But with you in the growth of this show has come some stupidity. And it's funny because we'll talk to different people, whether it's a Keith Roth or an Eddie Trunk will tell us, why the fuck are you giving any of these people time? I won't do it.
Because we can't help it.
Because we're not like you. We haven't been doing this for 30 years. We're fucking from Boston. We need to bitch. We need to get shit off our chest. And I enjoy bitching. Part of my best time of day is when I'll get that text and it says, Tom, and I can't see it yet. And it says image. I know he saw something he doesn't like. And I'm like, what is this? What is it? What is he? And he texts it to me. And I know his mind is working like mine. It works perfectly.
Yep.
But I had to get that off our chest. Anyways, I'm glad I did. And you can reach us at shoutitoutloud.com.
Don't forget to subscribe and join our Patreon.
Yes, exactly. But let's end on a final part of our show, our segment, and that is famous last words. Tom, do you have any?
You were distant. Now you're nearer. I can feel your face inside the mirror. The lights are out, and I can feel you, baby, with my hand.
Here's one we haven't done in a while. You show us everything you've got. You keep on dancing, and the room gets hot. You drive us wild. We'll drive you crazy. Tom, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, thank you.
Loudcasters, Patreons, defenders of the Facebook group, you guys all rock. Zeus is always my friend. Thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out of shape, worldwide kiss cards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?